Hey, Saturday evening still. That's pretty much on track for being up in the morning. I shut the little one off. It's right here by the pump. Went up looking for gophers. Had one open hole, and I come back by, and the little bugger actually plugged his hole, but it was down there about 6 inches or so. But I figured I'd get you our sunset. Won't be too long, and it'll be down. Almost watch it move, especially if I move. Look at that. Anyway, yeah, pretty red over there. Oh, we'll see what morning brings. I imagine it'll be another nice red sunrise. Okay, there's your sunrise. That's about the best I'm going to get of it, I think. Oh, I should have stayed zoomed in. Oh well. Looks pretty cool with the sprinkler actually going across it. I got to disturb her. I got to drive right through where she's at, so she'll move. And another one I already disturbed, standing over here with Wally. That's Wally to the left. Not as small as he looks next to her, because he's actually standing about 1.5 feet below grade from her. Well, let's see if the hose stays on in this position. That's a lot of times when it'll pop, is when we're S-shaped like that. Water's coming. I can hear it. Compression fittings. They always leak air until the water gets there. And yeah, kind of hard to get rid of that kink. Might be able to get rid of this other one though. We'll find out if it pops off or not, right? I'll help get rid of this one. That one's not too bad. I know I can't get rid of that one though. Spinning about where I want it, and it's a going. And yeah, we're not full siding it this time. It's only partial to that side, and it's sitting there curved on an angle where it's at, so it's going a little farther. But as you can tell, that big puddle, I can't tell you how many gophers I shot out of right there a few years ago. It never used to have a puddle there at all. And that's what happens when the gophers get in, and high water sets on it all winter, or half the winter, and then of course you water, and then what you water sets there. That puddle will be dried up by morning. These other little puddles, they'll still be there simply because it's going to come across that again. And I was counting those girls, and I'm going, wait a minute, I'm too short. Oh yeah, because there's two laying right over here on the other side of the trees. I came past them when I came up. So, yeah. A little later than I wanted to move it. It's 9:15. I sped it up this morning because, once again, we were up where it was double watering anyway. And I didn't want that puddle any bigger than it is. Oh, and while I was out here goofing around earlier, I got 2 gophers for sure. One I'm not sure I got him, but... And then I had 2 other open holes, but I waited each of them out for way too long, and neither one of them showed up. So, and I mean, I've been watching for the gophers. One of them I got over there. He seemed to be a little wise. But there's only been, I mean, everywhere I've seen, there's only been like maybe 4 gophers working. Well, hell, I've shot 5 of them in the last few days. And there's at least that many that I haven't got a chance at. And down here where those girls are, from where we feed them over to where the single one is all gophers that way, and then that way. It goes up behind the tree and comes out in the middle and then splits. But it's so dry down there you can't tell what new holes and old holes are. And I haven't been able to catch them working at all. That's the key, is figure out when they're working. Either that or trap them, but you got to figure out what holes are active to trap too. And they just, what they're bringing up looks the same as what they brought up a month ago. Or 2 months ago even. But we got another traveler to stretch out, so go get that so I don't have to go down at 7:30 tonight and shut it off. It'll be more like 4 or 5 I'll shut it off. He's moving. I don't know if I can find it.
Don't bite me.
Just a baby. Just a baby. Becky just found him right here.
Don't bite me.
He's not going to bite you.
He will.
Just tell the dog to leave him alone and let him be on his way. He'll go find a safe spot. Hey, look, we're actually in the shop. After lunch, we were in here. I just filled the air filter, cleaned it. It's from 2018. It wasn't too bad. It don't have any, letting any through to the inner filter, so I ain't gonna worry about changing it. Like I said, it's from 2018. So yes, 5 years old. We've gotten more than that out of them. Keep them clean, and this one actually isn't too bad because the air intake's there, which puts it right there, and almost all the shit catches in the bottom part of the grill, so that ain't bad. But Ag Wild had a little issue with one of his tractors the other day. A little issue with consistent 12-volt power. He ended up finding a broken wire, something like that. So yeah, it was a connection issue for him. But we have that issue once in a while, and yes, that is not a factory alternator. This one was basically custom built by an outfit we used to have in town. It was the only thing they could readily get that had enough amperage, so it's a smaller frame, hence an adapter for here. I mean, it lined up back there, so and fit there. Everything was right except for it's just a smaller frame. Anyway, what we have issues with, not so much on the cases, but on the International, where it's fully enclosed and the only airflow in there is the alternator fan. You know, it's stagnant air. You know, you've seen what the thing looks like underneath the hood covers. It'll pack full of shit. But here's what we do. Every hole you can get to blow into. Just don't be touching what's underneath that rubber, or shoving it inside and touching something, because then you might let the smoke out, and that's not a good thing. And if you've seen, there's a little bit of chaff came out, lots of dust. All that gets on stuff in there and doesn't allow it to alternate appropriately. So, and yeah, that one's been on there since 15. Had trouble with this for a couple of years. We were burning up the appropriate ones. And I want to say, if I remember right, 720 and 15, I think this was the 4th alternator we put on that summer. Literally, every time I'd head out the driveway with the baler, I wouldn't get to the neighbors down the road, and voltage would go crazy. And I'd turn around and come back, check stuff out, couldn't find anything that said it was wrong. Take the alternator in, they test it, and, well, yeah, this, and this. And it's like, really? And 2 or 3 of them were factory remounts. Go figure. And this one was brand new. They did a little work on it to make it a little more Supermanish. And one of the other ones that was brand new, I think it made it like a week. It was just crazy. Couldn't get anything that worked worth of shit. I'm not sure what she's up to.
A bunch of shit back here.
Oh, there's a bunch of shit packed in the battery box. Imagine that. They're always packed full of shit. A bunch of shit gets packed.
I don't know.
Back in there, too. But she's kind of remembering what you got to do to get into that shit.
Yeah, but back here, though, I can use the screwdriver to chip that shit out.
Yeah, that's not even in the box. But there's a bunch in there, but you got to pull the batteries to get it out. Biggest thing is that they're not full of shit. Oop, there you go. They're not full of shit on top. They get full of dust on top, and then it sits for a month in the winter when it's moist out. All that dust draws moisture, then you get dead batteries. So they get cleaned up before that point.
The good news is your hard time's right where it needs to be.
Hey,
When it loose.
how far over the full mark is it?
20 far over the full mark.
How far over the full mark is
Where
it?
we normally run it.
Okay. Another little thing on these, and I think I've mentioned it before, where we run a lot of hills, we always run a minimum of 1 gallon over full on the rear end. Fills right there. Dipstick's right there. And a gallon over full is 3/4 to an inch over the full line. Because if we don't do that, you're tooling on uphill and you might stop moving. And then you're kind of fucked. So that's what we do. And this tractor doesn't leak if it's over full, but 2294, the fill is down here and it comes out and 45's up. It's easier to get to fill, but yeah, we change the O-rings on the fill plug all the time because it leaks when you go ballistic. It's going uphill. So anyway, this is kind of our Sunday at the moment. All we did was irrigation this morning and feed. And it's already too warm out there. It's too warm in here. No, it's been in there since we put the new batteries in. When did we put the new batteries in this? Last year? She's running half the time. She should know.
I have so much on my plate to remember.
And yeah, this thing's still sitting here. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to try to weld it up or just take it into Tom. Either way, it'll get fixed. You get put back on the other little traveler just so it's plugging a hole and so it's there. And she's trying to remember stuff. She's got CRS, can't remember shit. She's as bad as I am, but I got a reason for it. I'm old. So, anywho, get the disc hooked up on this thing today, I hope. Since we got the AC fixed, I hope. You know. Well, I got an open hole over there. And an open hole over there. I'm right here on roughly the same distance from each. And where I can get a shot on each. So now I kind of know when these guys are working. It's about 4:30. I'm waiting for the little gun to finish coming in so I can shut it off. So I figured I'd come down here and see if I can catch these guys doing something. They're the only 2 open holes, and most of the rest of it, nothing's done anything for a couple days, so. And yeah, gotta love the planes flying low. I know you can hear it. That's a twin engine. Anyway, 90 degrees, 60% humidity, and I'm sitting out here sweating my butt off waiting for a couple of rodents to pop their heads up. So, that's our day. We didn't get the tractor out of the shop yet. I mean, it's done. Need to check the oil in the front end and then get it hooked up. Hopefully get that done tomorrow and maybe get the spreaders hooked up. I guess next Saturday we're going to take those 3 dead cedars down, or where Bam Bam's group is. Whole idea has been Maury's going to take them, and I think Saturday, if it works out right, Ben's going to come down out and knock them down. Since I don't have a decent enough, big enough saw to run that runs anymore. My 066 probably run, but yeah, Ben's a nice guy, he'll do it. And then hopefully get them loaded up and out of here. Then figure out what to do with the stumps. Which one of our landowners has a bobcat with a stump grinder on it. I might see if he wants to come play. He's pretty nice. He might do it just out of the goodness of his heart. I don't know. But I keep my eyes on these. And yeah, I know I'm talking, but the wind's blowing in my face, so the sound shouldn't be carrying to them, I hope. Anyway, that's their Sunday. So thank you for watching. Hope everybody has a great Monday.